this technology is helping us in terms of paradigm shift towards business agility, in terms of convergence of 5 force tornado or 5 force major technologies. And I'm sure you all are witnessing the change in terms of cloud, social, mobile, video, big data, all happening at the same time. It cannot wait that, hey, I have put my whole business application on cloud, so I can wait for this or I can wait for that. But can we take the collective strategy, leverage this converged platform to our advantage? And how can we do that? Now I'm going to talk about the role of collective intelligence. Now think of, we have been running our business for time and ages and been doing very well, but do you think that it will continue to be so if you ignore something around your marketplace and you are not analyzing and getting the intelligence from not only within your business but outside your business or from your competitive landscape or from partners community and all your customers community and so forth. So the role of collective intelligence cannot be ignored, and we need to make sure that we are listening, we are collecting all the data, processing it in near real time. So the topic of discussion, which is very close to my heart, is how big data has emerged as a fifth era, in the fifth era of our computing. And I am so fascinated as the things evolving, things changing, helping us to change our business model. But first and foremost is the big data is giving us the lens to see from the forward or from front. So far, what we have been doing, we have been looking at the things what has happened in the past. That is our business intelligence reporting, data warehousing and whatnot. But those were focused on the transactional data, right? Now, suddenly social media, the weblogs, the sensors of the world, they have started generating the data and which we cannot ignore anymore, right? So now, if these data are generated, that is communicating something for us. And it's like finding the needle from the haystack. You know how difficult it is to get the needle from the haystack? This is exactly the scenario we are facing for our nugget of information or gem of the information lying around heaps of information lying within our silos of business applications. And then we are missing out on our external communications, which is the social media, the weblogs, what people are talking on the other channel of communications. So the big data is basically about finding data which is meaningful and also about big volume, messy, unstructured, semi-structured data which has now come into our business, which we cannot ignore, we need to incorporate and process. And that data which we need to process for our predictive advantage or predictive analytics. So now we are thinking of how can we make change tomorrow? And most of the time my interaction with C-level execs, CFO, CMO, marketing officers, or let's say CEOs, they're saying, Alakh is all good. What you're talking about is all good. We have been doing our business and we are getting all the reports of all our business transactions and so forth. And I know my business is not doing well, but what are you telling me to do tomorrow? Can you suggest something that I can implement to do something from tomorrow, next week, or a month after? And this is what big data is going to help us. Because big data combined with all the structured, unstructured, semi-structured data coming in from weblogs, what is the behavior where people are browsing on our website? What are they looking for? Are they visiting our product catalog? Are they looking at our service catalog? And if they came in, did they click on our shopping basket? If they have not, we have lost the opportunity. So that weblog analysis will give us how much time they spent, can we change that? If you think of again sensors, sensors will give what kind of area of event which has occurred can trigger some actions. So now I'm talking about triggering the actions for if that happens, the actions should take place. Similarly, the social analysis, what people are talking about for our product and services. Can we analyze and establish the trend based on our products? The moment we put the product and now start listening to what customers are talking about it, that gives us to make dynamic change on tomorrow. Can we make the change based on customer, what customer is saying? I bought this jacket, but it is not matching well with the trouser. That's active listening. The moment I'm giving a complete matched trouser, customer is happy, and now tomorrow morning the complete the web store is changed with that particular feedback. So now you are dynamically changing based on near real-time analysis. That also helps us in terms of personalization, recommendation. You're all familiar with how Amazon is giving us the recommendation, right? So most frequently, if you visit and you are starting to have the pattern built, then Amazon start recommending that if you have browsed for this, you may like to look at this. And with the combination of that, you get some more advantage or package discount. I see it every day because I always go to buy different books, and when I buy, I'm recommended some more titles, and I invariably tempted to place order on some of the titles of the book. That is so interesting to see how things are changing in that space. And more importantly, if you look at in sales, you need to understand the customer behavior pattern before you make any proposition. Is it not giving insights and intelligence? So now our sales process need to change. Rather than going cold calling and cold campaigning, you have to go by need based. Think of manufacturing and development. Don't you think that we need to incorporate the listening and bringing what customer behavior and patterns should be so that the next release should address that demand and need? Education should be tailored based on, again, the norms, the behavior, the pattern, the evolution, which is emerging out of the big data analysis. Because you will not continue to deliver the same over and over again. It is not going to fly. Healthcare diagnostic is more or less working on establishing what the behavior pattern of the people they are suffering with. And once you go to the root cause analysis based on the data which is gathered, I'm sure that we should be able to win and conquer our major diseases which is affecting our society. And big data is going to help us in that. Obamacare is a great example. We cannot have the privilege to have all the services on the healthcare all the time. Now we will be qualified by doctors whether or not this service is required to be delivered, because all the data will tell whether you need to have that particular inpatient service in the hospital or not, because your previous history, your trends, your patterns will give some indication whether or not you require this. And you will be given clean chit that you don't require to be hospitalized and you're free to go and we will take care of you. So preventive, proactive, all can be taken care of by big data analysis. Now looking at again in terms of defects or issues management in product manufacturing, product development and so forth. The data is giving us some indications. Any data of manufacturing either through sensors or through your different source of channel of sources, and you should be able to analyze and you can correct before it goes for failure. So if anything is vulnerable to fail, we can fix it before it shuts down and completely disrupts your business. So big data analysis is the paradigm shift. It's a game changer, and we all need to embrace big data analytics as we speak. So we need to use the forward and reverse mirror both at the same time. Think of reverse mirror is giving what we have done in the past, what we have done in the last month, what we have done in the last week, right? So that gives us some kind of a trend whether we are on the right track or not. But what we should do tomorrow, that's the big data, which is now bringing all unstructured, semi-structured data collectively and processing in real time to help decision makers take effective decisions. So collective intelligence is going to play very significant role. And remember, I was always firm believer of business agility is the response to the change. If it has come about, if it is around us, we need to impress, we need to support, and we need to implement. And innovation via collaboration before change and opportunity takes place, that's the agility in my definition. So we all need to embrace these major technologies. Big data is going to be big, and major industries are now driving this and investing into making some changes. So I'm 100% confident that if we start small, look at small big data sources, analyze it, implement it for the business improvement, and then go organization-wide to take the benefit of the big data predictive analytics.